Showing up in Pittsburgh, T.J. Watt. Teddy, this defense for the Steelers getting going.
Yeah, he's got to get going. I also got to have faith because he looks at the quarterback positions and says, that guy can win a game for us. Why don't I make a play? Come on, T.J., we need you today.
His quarterback is the grizzled vet. The opposing quarterback is the rookie, Dillon Gabriel, making his second start. Offense looked better last week in what was a losing affair in London.
Well.
So a little bit better, though. So we'll see. It's been a very busy week in the Browns quarterback room, right? Third-round pick Dillon Gabriel starting his first career game against the Vikings, had the 2 touchdowns. It was a 4-point loss. And then, as we mentioned just moments ago, Cleveland subsequently trading Joe Flacco to their in-state rivals, the Bengals, on Tuesday. So Gabriel makes his second straight start today in Pittsburgh. Fellow rookie Shedeur Sanders backing him up. Here's their head coach Kevin Stefanski with Kmart moments ago.
Kevin, we know how chippy, physical these AFC North games can be. What have you told your rookies, all of them, about what they can expect in this atmosphere?
Yeah, it's the AFC North. It is chippy. It's physical. Going against our opponents in this division, we know what to expect in all these games. Our young guys have been through rivalry week. They know what that feels like. So very similar, but bottom line is it comes down to who's going to do their job for 60 minutes.
Now, we saw Dillon Gabriel last week, quick decision-making, poise in the pocket. How do you play to his strengths so you can sustain drives better, but also balance that with a defense that is second in takeaways?
Yeah, every week presents a different challenge, a unique challenge, if you will, and obviously this defense does a great job of taking the ball away. We need to find a way as an offense to be complementary to this football team, score points, and that will obviously include running the ball, throwing the ball. So being smart when we are making decisions back there will be really important.
Now, Mike Tomlin called Myles Garrett one of the few players you have to game plan for. How important is it for Myles to have one of his vintage performances today, especially against Aaron Rodgers, a quarterback he is very excited to try to sack?
I mean, Myles is our best football player on this team. He knows that. Everybody knows that. So we expect a lot of him. I know he's excited about the challenge today.
Thank you, Kevin.
Thank you, Coach, and thank you, Kmart, as we're looking forward to that one. We have several coaches on the menu for you today. And, Shefty, it's an interesting dynamic, what the Browns are doing here. Took them a while this week to name Shedeur Sanders, their backup quarterback, maybe hoping for a little bit of the rookie magic and energy the Giants have gotten out of Jackson Dart.
Listen, they're looking for some sort of spark there, but the Browns have gone through a lot of different quarterbacks, a lot of different transitions. They gave Joe Flacco the reps in camp. They wound up trading him to the Bengals. They gave Kenny Pickett some reps. They wound up trading him to the Raiders. They're going to wind up playing both those quarterbacks at some point in time. And now their first and second string quarterbacks are both rookies. So they have an eye to the future. And there's an awkward dynamic there between Dillon Gabriel and Shedeur Sanders. They both want the same thing. They're both in the rookie class. They're both competing for that starting. It's a strange dynamic. But the Browns are going to win football games running the football and playing good defense.
It's a strange dynamic, but I think they got it right finally. I mean, it took them 6 weeks finally to put one of these rookies up. And, of course, Shedeur Sanders should be the backup because I hope we get to see both of them, fellas. I mean, not today, but eventually.
Yes.
I mean, with their capital next year, these two rookie quarterbacks can possibly be something for them, and they've got to see them both at some point this season to see what they've got at the quarterback.
You know, with all this excitement, Brew, you hit it right on. One thing about these rookie quarterbacks, Rex, just a few weeks ago, you had a vein shown in the middle of your head sitting up here talking about a rookie quarterback. But one thing that I would really say, with all this talk surrounding the quarterback position and Shedeur Sanders, what happened to draft day, I'll just say this, Shedeur Sanders, when your time comes, be ready.
Well, come today.
And yeah, I mean, look, I think this Dillon Gabriel played pretty well. I think he gives him a chance to win. Last week, he gave him a chance to win. Why? He protects the football, protects his team. He's got an outstanding defense behind him. So hit the things that are there. Don't risk the big mistake. And I thought the kid showed that poise. You talked about Kimberly Martin, talked about that poise. And I totally agree with her. But look, lean on that defense, lean on that run game, heavy up the protection, and let's get after them.
If there's one thing to look at in this game, yes, it's going to be a tough matchup on the road, but I like the connection of him finding Njoku, that big tight end over the middle. It's going to be a tough task in Pittsburgh, but I think them two can make some hay today.
And if I could just say this about Cleveland, if you look at them as a whole, how many rookies are playing for this team right now? I mean, they have got double-digit number of rookies that are contributing for them, most in the National Football League. 13 rookies that are putting on significant. The Quinshon Junkins kid is a good running back.
Yes, he
I
is.
like
Really
the Schlesinger kid that got at linebacker. The Graham kid is their top draft pick. But you see, I mean, is this the future for Cleveland? Do you finally see something that they're forming with these young players and young quarterbacks that could be something?
That is a lot of young talent. And let's remember that they have 2 first-round draft picks in the 2026 draft. So there is, I mean, maybe we've said this before about the Browns, but there is the foundation to build upon something in Cleveland, especially if they can get the quarterback right.
Rex, I want to go back to what you were just saying a moment ago, because boy, are the trends in the opposite direction if you're Cleveland today. They've lost 21 consecutive road games in the regular season at Pittsburgh, and the Steelers have won 8 straight games following their bye, going back to 2017. But when you said you think that the rookie gives them a chance to win, do you mean today? You like the Browns have a shot to win today in Pittsburgh?
Absolutely. I know the points, spread is huge and all that. They're going to be my dog, but I absolutely do, because I think their defense will keep them in this game and then run the football. I love the running back out of Ohio State. The Judkins kid.
Judkins,
I think he's outstanding. And now you got a guy that actually protect the football, unlike Joe Flacco did for every game he played, which is ridiculous why he was in there for any games. Like, yes, I think they can do it. Play defense, run the dang football, and get it into the fourth quarter and see what happens.
Well, the rookie energy rejuvenates old vets. Really, it does. I mean, I'm in my 10th year, on my 12th year. They're drafting guys in the 2nd and 3rd round, and you see this love and this passion. It brings up an entire team.
Old vets is the perfect segue to our next stop, which is the other side of this trade. Joe Flacco will make his first stop for the Bengals today in Green Bay, becoming the 3rd quarterback since the merger to start for 3 different teams in the same division in his career. Ryan Fitzpatrick did it in the AFC East. Neil O'Donnell did it in the old AFC Central. Meanwhile, Jake Browning started the last 3 games for Cincinnati. He this week had to talk about this change.
I think it sucks, but like I said, everyone's in the middle. Everyone's in the middle of the season, and welcome to pro football. If you don't play well, you're gonna get replaced. That's what I'm going through. I'm trying to respond the right way. Obviously, I'm pissed, and if I wasn't pissed, then I shouldn't be in this locker room.
You can't help but notice that his life in the National Football League. Here's a guy who just lost his job, and the man he lost it to, he's basically standing in front of his locker as he's forced to have this conversation. That's the reality of the situation. By the way, Jake Browning 2nd in the league in interceptions thrown this year. Joe Flacco was 3rd behind him. But Rex, you were passionate on what the Bengals must do with Flacco to have a chance.
Yeah, absolutely. And it's heavy up the protection and work those great receivers one-on-one on the outside. All right, I don't care what coverage they play. You got 2 great wideouts, but heavy up the protection. Joe Flacco is a statue back there.
Right.
All right? Don't run your typical offense where you're going 5 guys out in the route. If you do that, you got no chance. You got 0 chance. So come on now. Look, Jake Browning, I love it because he thinks it stinks and all that. Do you see yourself play? I told you I had no chance when that kid was in there. He's slinging it all over.